What is going on today, guys? It's your Sticks 10 here, and we're gonna take a look at Blaziken today in the Kingdom Cup of Pokemon Go. We are going to run this with Counter, Focus Blast, and Brave Bird. We do not have a Stone Edge one. If you do, leave a comment below. I want to see video proof of it, and it has to be in the Great League. So here we go. I wanted to show you guys in PB Poke. They've got a cool thing. You can set up a custom channel, custom meta in there, and they've already got one selected for the Kingdom Cup. So then you can test out your Pokemon against what they think are the meta. A good quick way to take a look at it, as you can see, Kingdom Cup meta there, and one shield is what we're testing out here in this. Notable matchups are going to, of course, be Lucario, Bastiodon, some of those. And as you can see, we just keep going down. It does actually beat quite a few things. It gets 9 wins, 7 losses, and 2 draws. So obviously some notable ones it's going to lose to. There are, it looks like it ties with several. There's Kingdra loses to, Flygon, Charizard, Frostlass, and Altaria. I didn't see the bottom one, so who knows what it lost to. But it does definitely, so we're not running a fire type move on it. Fortunately, Overheat just takes too long to charge, so I don't recommend it. Now let's see no shield here. And we've got, it ties a lot now with a no shield. So that is one thing to note. You're going to want to use shields on at least one shield, it looks like, in most situations. Torkoal, Infernape, Monferno, we got Melmetal there beating that. Lucario becomes a tie. That's one important thing to know. If it will get a power-up punch most of the time. So what you want to do is block that power-up punch, and then you can beat it no problem. So make sure you save at least one shield for Blaziken. Now here's a 2 shield. Just so you see what we're working with here. It does fare better here, so 9 wins against this, and as you can see, we're beating a lot of the meta, surprisingly. I will say Blaziken is fairly squishy compared to some of the other ones, but, you know, we're tying with Lapras, and then it's close on Charizard there. It is getting to those Dragon Claws fairly quickly, which are going to cause a problem for us. Now we're going to jump into some battles here with J Farm. Thanks to him for running some of these battles with me. Check out his YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description below, guys. I'm going to show you full battles just so you guys can see what's going on. Obviously, starting off here, Flygon, Lapras. Not a good matchup for Flygon. Unfortunately, also, we only have a single move on our Flygon right now. We're still testing it out with the Dragon Claw. It does get those Dragon Claws off super fast. Just keep that in mind, and there you go. So we did get 2 Dragon Claws off. Not super worried about that in this matchup, but I didn't want to at least show it to you. Next up, we're coming out with Melmetal. He's saved up quite a bit of energy there, so does have that energy advantage. So there's a Surf to Melmetal. I actually do like Melmetal in this cup. Rock Slide does quite a bit, and you can charge it up fairly quickly. A lot faster than you can a Thunderbolt, obviously, since they did nerf Thunderbolt a while back. There's another Rock Slide into Lapras, and that takes it down. And then here comes Lucario. Now, obviously, we are running this team with no Lucario on it. So here you see, this is why you want to shield the power-up punches. You can see how quickly, and we draw there. Because, and now if I would have blocked that, we would have won that battle no problem with just counter. But because I didn't block it, we had that issue. Now here we go, Melmetal and Altaria. These battles are sped up 1.5 times, so you can see, just so we can get through them fairly quickly. And here we're going to switch out Melmetal because obviously Lucario is going to do quite a bit. There you go. We see we get rid of his switch out and get into Lucario fairly quickly. We are going to go down quickly, though, to this Altaria. Maybe we can get a beta shield out there. We do. We get one shield from him. And then we can bring back out our Melmetal. We block this. It should be a Sky. Oh, it's a Dragon Pulse. And there we go. We're hitting these Rock Slides. Rock Slide does do quite a bit, so he's got to block that. He is down to no shields now, so we should get another Rock Slide here. We waste another shield because we are close to that Rock Slide. Let's see. This should take out... Oh, almost. A little bit of lag there, but that's okay. He goes down. And now it's Altaria v Altaria. He hits a Sky Attack, which does quite a bit to us. And then he brings out a Flygon. Altaria definitely can beat Flygon, even with the Dragon Claws. As long as we can hit a Sky Attack, we should win this battle. And there we go. We do win that one. You can see just how beefy Altaria is to take that Dragon Claw and still proceed. Now obviously we led with Blaziken. I would never recommend that in an actual match, just because it does take so long to get to those charge moves. But just wanted to show you against some different matchups what we've got here. Hit the Brave Bird, and he's going to block that obviously. And we're going to waste 2 shields here. So as you can see, you can win if you're using 2 shields. And he used 1, and then we're gonna do some damage to this Lapras, and he may use a shield just so he doesn't go down to... That counter did do quite a bit though, as you can see, to Lapras, because Lapras is weak to fighting type moves. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Blaziken obviously is going to be weak to Water Gun. So that is why you're going to want to have something with Water Gun on your team, whether that's Legacy Kingdra or Lapras or Celio is probably a better option here. You can see here's Flygon versus Bastiodon. Flygon does have the advantage here. If I had Earthquake, this would be a much better matchup, but because I have Dragon Claw, it's obviously not very effective. Also, I did miss the full charge there on that one. But we do take it down still with... Oh, wait. He gets another charge move off. You can see, not very effective against me. We have just a little bit of HP left and enough to hit our Dragon Claw against Lapras and knock it out. So there's a victory for us. Some good battles here. Definitely just testing out things. We don't have optimal moves on everything. So obviously would have been a better result for me if we did have Earthquake on that. Here you go. Bring out Blaziken again versus Lapras. So we're going to obviously have to get out of that. We switch to our Kingdra. And we only have Blizzard on it right now. I have unlocked a second move now, and we're going to switch it to Outrage. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep Blizzard or if I want to have Water Gun on it. That will be for another video. Got to break that down and see what favorable matchups I get. It does take so long to get to the Water Gun. So obviously I did have to burn some shields there and bring out my Steelix now, which isn't ideal against Lapras, but it does handle a lot in the meta. Steelix does. I just got to watch out. This is a favorable matchup for me. I can get off a bunch of crunches here. I do resist, obviously, the moves from Altaria since it's Dragon fast move. Still doing quite a bit of damage. You can see we do take out quite a bit of their damage as well. Don't need to block that. It's not very effective. Something we learned from Tempest Cup, obviously. And we do go down to that, and we have just Blaziken left. This would be a Sky Attack. There we go, and we do block that. Take down Altaria, and here comes out Bastiodon, and you can see how much damage we're actually doing. Obviously, he has a shield. He's going to use that. Look at how much damage counter is doing to Bastiodon. We almost take it out, and we were at half HP. So we did lose that match, but that is something to keep in mind, that Blaziken is super effective against Bastiodon and can take it down with just fast moves. Obviously, you're still going to, if you charge up enough and can get an attack off, bait a shield or something, you will want to do that. So here we go, Lapras v. Lapras. My Lapras is actually running Ice Shard right now, and we have Dragon Pulse on it. Double Legacy, not the right double Legacy, but that's okay. And obviously there's Lucario taking it down fairly quickly. We're just testing some different team structures out here. See what we can do. And there he gets up. He had so much energy built up. We had to burn 2 shields so we could take him down with our Blaziken there. So we are down to no shields, and he still has 1, I believe. So here's a Alolan Marowak. Going to be a tough matchup here. We do get Alpha Brave Bird, and he blocks it. So we go down. Obviously, our counters aren't going to be very effective against a Ghost and a Alolan Marowak. Bone Club to our Steelix. And here comes another Bone Club. Can get off those fairly quickly. If we can get to an Earthquake, though, we do believe we'll win this match. There we go, super effective since we were down to no shields, but we do lose because Lapras is still in the back there. Obviously, Steelix, I like Steelix. I'm just not sure in this cup how it fits in. Obviously, there's a lot of counters to it. But the same thing applies to pretty much everything in this meta. There are counters to it. Maybe not, or checks at least. We've got Celio here. It's got Body Slam and Aurora Beam. Still, we did switch it to Water Gun. I just wanted to see how good Body Slam was. Obviously, in this meta with all the steel types, and it's not going to be as good. And obviously, not going to be as good against like Alolan Marowak either. So something to keep in mind. Definitely not as dominant, I think. But you can see it's taking down that Lapras pretty hard. One thing I probably should have done here is switch out into my... I think I have a Melmetal, or no, I have a Lucario in the back, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, we have Lucario and Blaziken, so I could have switched out to my Lucario with a lot more HP and farmed up to a power-up punch. And saved that, obviously, because here's the problem. I come in against Altaria, and I have 2 fighting types, in essence. So I'm not going to be doing super effective damage, and I'm going to be taking quite a bit of damage from any flying type move it gets off. So that was one thing. I don't think you can pair Blaziken with Lucario. I think they can be on the same team, but maybe not in the same match. If I'm in the, they can be in your 6, but not in your 3, maybe, that you're gonna pick, unless you have something that that can definitely run better. See, Water Gun v Water Gun. Obviously, neither one is doing hardly anything to the other. Surf, not very effective against Kingdra, obviously. And Blizzard, not very effective against Lapras either, but it does, you know, it does a little bit, sure. We are getting it down, you know. Oh, and then it hits Ice Beam. Now, Ice Beam is neutral to Kingdra, so that is something to watch out for. And then here comes Lucario. Lucario had a better matchup that time because I was able to farm energy because Lapras was at about half health. You can see... And we do go down fairly quickly, though, to his power-up punch, or 2 counters from Lucario. We're going to block this Surf, because obviously that would be bad, into our Charizard. And he brings out Altaria. And this is the point where I realize, oh, I don't have Dragon Claw. I unlocked a second move for Tempest, but never used a TM because I didn't have very many, and I didn't use it on my team, so I didn't switch it. So that is something we've got to change. Here we go, leading with Melmetal. I actually do like Melmetal as a lead for those Laprases and Kingdras and that kind of stuff. So here we go, switching to Lucario, which is going to do quite a bit. And we're gonna, yeah, Earthquake. We're definitely gonna block that. That's how quickly, I mean, Flygon gets to those Earthquakes. It's crazy how fast it is. So Lucario v Lucario. Here we go, another power-up punch. He blocks it, but now our counter is just doing crazy amounts. So we've taken down Flygon and their Lucario. Here's his Bastiodon, obviously. I think Charizard is going to fare well in this match, and that's kind of what I wanted to show as well. Obviously not against Bastiodon, that's why I didn't bring it out. But I think it is something to consider on your team as another option to a fire type instead of Blaziken. It does have some weaknesses to consider. That's why I showed a couple of these just to finish out some of these matches. I think Blaziken is going to be very good, though, in this meta. Obviously, it hits a lot of things super effectively, so it's something that can be on your team. I don't know how well it's suited with Lucario and Blaziken on the same 3 that you're going to bring in a match, but it could be something that you bring out to show, you know, if you think you have a positive matchup, there's not as many counters to fighting types or water, obviously, or fire type. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of Blaziken if you tested it out. If you have that Stone Edge Blaziken, I really want to know, and it has to be Great League eligible. I don't think anybody has one. I haven't seen one yet. But if you have one, let me know in the comments. Thanks again, guys.